Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I am doing a tier list of Pixar films. We are getting all the Pixar films because to me, Pixar have such a great track record of making films. They are absolutely fantastic. It's so hard to pick a bad film in this, though I do have some that I'm not a fan of. But I'm going to rank them into the tier list, and I've got the best of the best, good, great, average, and not a fan of. So yeah, let's get right into it. Make sure you leave your list below, give us a like, subscribe, and let's get to this Pixar list. Okay, let's get to it right now. So we're going to start off with Cars 2. And you know what? I'm not a fan of Cars 2. I'm not a fan of Cars 2. I don't really care for the Cars franchise, really. Yeah, I didn't think it was that high quality compared to the other lot that they have. Cars to me was just not as good as the other stuff they have, so I'm not a fan of Cars 2. The first Toy Story. The first Toy Story is great. It's an absolute classic, childhood memories. Love the first Toy Story. Absolutely have no problems with it. It's a great introduction and it had a great storyline and great characters, and I thoroughly love the first Toy Story. Finding Dory. To me, Finding Dory is just an average film. It's average. It's not as good as the first one. Nowhere near as good as Finding Nemo. And I just don't find Finding Dory that, like, anything spectacular when compared to the other ones. So, for me, it's just an average film. Toy Story 3 is one of the best of the best. I mean, it concludes Andy's story so well. It was a perfect ending until they made the fourth one, which we never thought we were going to get. But, hey, it was a great start. But the third one was great. I absolutely thoroughly enjoyed the storyline. And the moment when they're sitting there, all holding hands, going into the incinerator. Emotional. And it was just an absolutely great conclusion to Andy's story. And I love Toy Story 3. And it's one of the best of the best. Toy Story 2 is great. Absolutely love Toy Story 2 as well. I think the introduction and playing on that Luke, I am your father role with Buzz and what's his name? Oh, forget his name. Oh, you know who I'm talking about, the guy that's got a Z. But I like this storyline as well, how Woody finds that he's actually a very rare collectible toy and that. There's just so much to this as well. And I thoroughly love Toy Story 2 and it is great. Finding Nemo is good. It's good. I don't mind Finding Nemo. It's fun. It's awesome to play. Sorry, it's so late here when I'm filming this. Sorry. Yeah, it's great. I like Finding Nemo. I have no problems with it. And yeah, Bruce steals the show. So, and so does the turtle. So yeah, the first Incredibles is great. I like the first Incredibles. I think it is absolutely great. It is a great movie. This is how you do a Fantastic Four film. This is how you do a Fantastic Four film. And it had some great characters in it. Great story. The villain could have been better. But hey, he had the normal trait of a villain. But hey, I have no problems with the Incredibles. I don't mind it. Coco. You know what? This one is actually a very surprising one. I'm putting it in the great. It actually has a lot of heart. It has a lot of heart, this one. It really caught me by surprise how much heart this actually had. So, this was a big surprise to me, and I thoroughly did like this film, and I put it in the great tier. Incredibles 2, to me, I actually think the Incredibles 2 is better than the first Incredibles. I do. I think the second one is better. And waiting that long period to get the sequel, I think they did it even better. I thought it was a better story. The villain was cooler. There was more motive behind what the villains were doing. And I think having all these other superheroes involved actually elevated the movie to me. So I'm putting Incredibles 2 in the best of the best. WALL-E, another one with some heart. It's going to go in good. I don't mind WALL-E, I don't mind. It does have a lot of heart in it, it does. Most Pixars have a lot of heart in it. It's crazy how much heart they can have. WALL-E is a great story, but I don't think it's in the top 2 tiers. I don't think it quite gets there for me, and I'm just going to put it in the good tier, but it is a good film, so. Onward. Look, this one to me was a massive surprise, and I think it's the best of the best. I really, really thoroughly enjoyed Onward. It might be the whole brother connection and stuff like that that really, really hits me most. Like, if you guys know, the brother connection in like Thor and the father and son, those stuff really, really hit me harder, and I actually connect a lot more and resonate with them a lot more. And I think the brother adventure of these two was just, I don't know, it just reminded me of my childhood and stuff like that with my brother, and it's just, I was so surprised, and this movie did make me tear up. I actually really, really like Onward, and for me, it's in the best of the best. Monsters, Inc. Oh, I mean, talk about an absolute classic. It is one of the best of the best. Monsters, Inc. is just so good. So good. I mean, I don't need to say much about Monsters, Inc. It is a classic. It is just, it's one of the best. A Bug's Life. It's good. It's good. I don't mind Bug's Life. This is one that I watched in my childhood as well with Hopper. He was pretty freaky when I was a kid, but I actually don't mind Bug's Life. I think it's pretty solid, so I'm going to put it in the good one. Cars, whatever it is, I think that's the first one. The first Cars is average. It's average to me. It's not like good. It's not like in the great or good tiers. It's not like unwatchable, but it's average. Cars to me is average. Up. I know a lot of people like Up, and it is a great movie, and that's why I'm putting it in the great. It's not one of my favorites. Not one of my favorites, but it has a lot of heart. I mean, this movie has a lot of fucking heart. I tell you that now. And for me, it's a great film. It's just not one of my personal favorites, so I'm putting it there. Cars 3. Not a fan. I don't really give a fuck for Cars 3. I really don't. I don't care for it, so. The Good Dinosaur. It's the same. Not a fan. I don't really care for it. It's not one that I really want to rewatch again, so. Monsters University, however, to me is actually a good film. I actually really thoroughly enjoyed this film. It's a prequel to Monsters Inc. and I thought it was quite good. I actually enjoyed it, and to see how they developed their relationship and how they got to working together was actually really fun. So I had a fun time watching it, so I'm putting it in the good tier. Inside Out. Oh, to me, I love Inside Out. It is best the best. I love this movie. This one is just so like, it's just so good because it tackles so many adult themes throughout the film as well. And it really gives you a insight to the psyche of an adult mind and a kid's mind. And I think the way they did Inside Out was just so well done. And it is one of my favorites. I mean, when I first looked at it, I was like, this is not going to be one of my favorites. It's one of my favorites. I absolutely love this film. It has so much heart, and it tackles some big adult themes that I thoroughly enjoyed. And yeah, Inside Out is one of the best for me. Brave. It's good. It's good. I guess Brave probably hits the mothers and daughters a lot harder because that mother and daughter relationship is very key into this film. So this is like, Onward to me is the brother connection. So I resonate with that. Where I think Brave, if you're a daughter or a mother, I think you'll connect with it a lot better than I will. It's still a good film. It has great moments in that, but I just don't resonate with it as much. So that's why I put it in good. So, sorry, yeah. Toy Story 4 is my favorite Toy Story. It is, I mean, I never thought it was a good idea to make a fourth one, and they proved me wrong. This one, to me, is the start of a new adventure. So you finished the trilogy, finished Andy's story, this is now Bonnie's story, and what makes this one so good is the whole idea of Toy Story 4 is purpose. And what is Woody's purpose now that he's fulfilled what he was supposed to do? He's Andy's toy, he's fulfilled that, he's seen Andy go off to college. Now what is his purpose? He's trying to find his purpose in life, and that is something we all struggle with in life. We're trying to find our purpose of what we're meant to do in life. And it tackles some big themes in it about being lost and refinding yourself. There's so many elements to this film. Forky elevated it even more, and yes, there wasn't a lot of buzz in it, but hey, he didn't need to be in it, and I thoroughly enjoyed this. And at the end, where Buzz and Woody have their send-off is just absolutely, it's just heartwarming. I remember watching it and tearing up in the film because Toy Story is my childhood. I grew up with those movies, and to see it finally come to that conclusion, it was just, yeah, it was emotional. So, Ratatouille, the final one, average. I don't really care for Ratatouille. I don't. It's not my type of movie. So yeah, so that goes in the average one. So there you have it. That is my tier list of the Pixar films. I would love to hear everyone else's opinion, on the Pixar films. What are your rankings on it? Because I'd be very interested to hear what other people think. Because Pixar don't really make bad films. They are actually really, really good. And they tackle some good themes throughout the movies. So I want to know your opinion. Give us a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.